Finalists was Alabama, Texas A&M, Ohio State, Michigan, Oklahoma, and Georgia.
Who did it come down to?
Alabama and Oklahoma.
Wow. So why OU?
Really and truly, OU is a place that I can see myself, in the future. Working with Coach B and Coach Riley. They blend together, they gel together well. Especially playing in the offense that they play in. I'm more familiar with that. My high school runs the same one, so it's just being comfortable with the coaching staff and just talking to them every day and just reassuring me my place, on this team. It just came down to just me personally feeling best with who, so it came down to Oklahoma.
What was it maybe that you were looking for, if you can expound on that a little bit? What were you looking for in college?
Well, outside of football, just a place I'm comfortable with, that, my family can come down here and just have a good time. I'm a real low-key guy, so, it's really it's quiet in Norman. I mean, of course, football gets loud, but, just outside, it's calm, a calm place. But football-wise, I was just looking for a program that's going to truly develop me. And, my ultimate goal is to go to the NFL. And Coach B did a wonderful job of, producing players in the NFL. So I think I'm going to be the next one that he produces.
Sooner Summit, tell me all about it. How did it get brewed up? How did you get involved? How did you say to those guys, hey, don't forget about me, I want to come?
Yeah, so Caleb actually, he texted me about a Sooner Summit, and he was like, man, we got our top players that are priorities coming down here. Of course you committed, I want you to come. Just build genuine relationships with the people. So like Tristan and just uncommitted people, a lot of people. Just building a bond and just having a good time. Because it's not nothing to do with the NCAA. It's not no school thing. It's just us bonding as friends. And so I really appreciate them putting that event together for us. But it's going good so far.
Did you know that this is pretty much unprecedented? No recruits have ever gotten together unofficially, and off campus and done that kind of thing?
Yeah, I've never heard of anybody doing that. So when I heard of it, I was like, that's different though. But it goes to show you his leadership and how important it is to him to win and get the best people. So it's showing just how good of a quarterback it is and how good of a leader just in general.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Was what does it say about him and his family? To travel halfway across the country and do this, not just for him, not just for the team, but for you guys, the 2021 class.
Yeah, I'm very appreciative for them coming down, especially from Washington. DC, that's a long way. So it just shows you the genuine character that they have. All of them are good people. Mr. Carl, his mom, and Caleb, they all just a good genuine family. I get no negative energy or no bad signs from them. You could tell, when he called my mom, he was just like, I think his mom is staying down here when he goes to college, so you'll never want for anything. That's just big for me, just knowing that I'm taken care of.
What have you guys done so far?
We went to eat. Of course, we went to the stadium and, just walked around and kind of got that feel for the stadium again, because the last time I came down here was January 19th when I committed. So it's been like 7 or 8 months. So once I came down here and just saw the stadium again, I was just like, yeah, it just reassured me, that this is the place.
I hear there's going to be some footballs tossed around, things like that. You guys having fun? Tell me about the itinerary.
Yeah, so, tonight later on we're going to Topgolf and we're going to eat dinner together. So, we're just about to shower and kind of get clean and get ready for more events. But, later on tonight we're going to play basketball. So it's going to be fun. It's just not really thinking about football because our mind is, prioritized on football in school. You have to kind of make that our number one goal. So it's just good so we can just be children, just have fun. So that's good.
What else? There's a big dinner Saturday night.
Big dinner Saturday night, just mostly going around campus and just doing events together, like golf and playing basketball, stuff like that.
Just is it like a bond? You guys just want to get to know each other even more, so when you do get here, that trust and that commitment is already here? Yeah,
so we can kind of build that family type relationship, because especially the 2021 class, we got a lot of recruits here, just uncommitted and some still here, but we just want the people that's uncommitted to understand, this is not nothing about, just come. It's all about, we really want to be friends and get to know each other. So I think it's making that decision easier for them, if you ask me.
I feel bad for you guys as recruits because it's 2020 and you're being recruited and there's a pandemic going on and got the COVID going on. What's happening? How are you guys coping with that? Maybe your story, how are you coping with being a recruit during this time and trying to play high school football one more time?
Yeah, so for me, of course, every athlete in the world wants a senior season, and especially me being committed, I know it's going to be a lot of eyes on me. So that actually kind of gives me motivation. But, the pandemic messed up a lot of stuff, training. Luckily, I'm blessed enough to have a weight room and treadmill and stuff in my garage. So I'm good on that. But it's just, fighting with my high school, brothers one more time, just get on that field and really trying to get another championship. It is what it is, but I know. It's whatever God has for us. I'm not going to go against his decision because ultimately it's going to lead to something better. So, of course I want to play my senior season, but I don't really know as of now.
That was my next question was, what's the latest? Are you guys going to play? When do you report to practice? What's the coach telling you?
Oh, my head coach told me. So actually, 2 days ago they canceled our district. Just say canceled the whole thing. But we are allowed to play independent games. But I don't know if any independent teams are going to play games, so it's kind of hard to make a schedule. But as of now, we start practice Monday, which is shorts and jerseys. Just kind of getting in the feel of things. But I just don't know because our school is really big on following directions. So they want us 6 feet apart. But being an offensive lineman, you really can't be that far from the next guy because it'll open a big gap. So it's just all about taking it slowly. But I really hope we have a season.
Yeah, for sure. So your district canceled? No district games.
That was the biggest thing for me. But luckily I was blessed enough to win. We won our district last year. Well, I'm in private school, so it's not really like a state championship, but it's a state championship. But it's kind of for our district. But we won, so luckily I can go out with a ring. I'm blessed. I'm fortunate, best of that.
Yeah, for sure. So tell me about your relationship with the OU coaches, Coach Beatonbow for sure. Anybody else that's been interacting with you? Tell me about the trust and the commitment that you're building as a recruit that's going to be turned over to them for 4 or 5 years.
Oh yeah, so I built. When I first September 1st, I actually got my first message from him. So it kind of was it was a good thing. But just over time, we built a lot of relationships. Actually came to my school, came to my basketball games, just little stuff like that. Once I committed, I stopped talking to every other college. It wasn't I'm still committed, but I'm gonna take officials to other places. It was none of that. I'm 100% committed to Oklahoma as I was when I first committed. I still don't. The relationship has only gotten stronger because he doesn't really talk about a lot of football because he can take care of that. But it's just about the man. School, just how's their family, stuff like that. I think that he's building a bigger thing than just football. Just building a man. So Coach, as well as Coach Riley too. They're all good coaches. Coach Gundy. It's just a lot of coaches I talk to, but they're really good people. So I appreciate what they're doing for me and my family, giving me this opportunity.
For sure. What's your why? What is it that's important to you now and in 5 years from now and 20 years from now?
My why is my dad passed away when I was 8 years old. So my mom and my little brother. My mom is a hardworking woman. She works probably 16 hours a day out of 24, with only 8 hours to sleep. So it was kind of it's kind of I really have no reason not to go out there and be strong. And my little brother, he would never have his dad. So it's kind of like I have to be that role model. Stay out of trouble and just do the right thing. So I'm real big on being at the right place at the right time. Because I know he's looking up to me. I have no opportunities and no moments to slip, so I have to do everything, perfect. Just do everything right and be a good man, a man of God. So, my why is just my family. Just to get them out of that situation. And my mom is doing really well. Just being a single parent, but I know I can change that. So that's what I'm planning on doing.
Your dad, tell me more about him.
My dad was a loving man. Luckily he passed away. But it was hard on me and my family. I was so young, and I was just like, why? But I've always been a person of faith, and I've always been faith driven in everything I've done. So I knew that his death would only give me motivation, and I put that motivation in the positive things, not negative things, because just being depressed and stuff like that, I just pray and ask God, that He can, guide me my ways. So, it was, of course, being a young man, it was hard. It was hard having to explain to my brother, you'll never have your dad, but you'll have me and mom, and my grandma. So, it's just, like I said, you have to really be careful where you're at and what you're doing, because especially me going to Oklahoma and just being this highly recruited player, I have to do everything right. I can't be, I'm not an average person. I can't do everything. I have to do everything right. So just keeping my head on straight is mostly important to me.
And how old is your little brother right now?
8.
So he was never around.
I mean, he remembers him a little bit, but it wasn't, enough to, like, once he get older, how to be like, I remember so.
Your mom sounds amazing.
Yeah, very amazing. Yeah, actually, really and truly, people ask me, I'm a calm person off the field, but when I get on the field, it just turns on. So when it turns on, you see a lot of, intensity, a lot of, driving, just throwing people. And they're like, where do you get that passion from? I get it from my mom. She's always told me, man, like, if you're going to do something, go all out. Don't waste people's time, because a lot of people count on you, But she also tells me, just do it for yourself. But when you're really out here, if you want to have a goal, you can do it. So, my freshman year, I wasn't really highly recruited. So my mom was just like, look, man, it's nothing we can do no more. You're in high school, so you have to really dedicate yourself to the weight room and running, and I also play basketball too. So she was like, all that should translate. So, that next summer I finished with 27 offers. So, and she was just like, once you dedicate yourself for a year, look how that turned out. So why don't you just keep doing it? You can get to your ultimate goal as NFL. So, I'm just following the plan really right now.